Hello guys, what's up? My name is Hollow, and today we're building in Willow Creek. Alright guys, so this is going to be a long one, and I know it's going to be long because I literally just did this. I just recorded everything for this, and I went through and did the entire voiceover, and it was great, and I was really happy with it, and I went back through and I started listening to it, and for whatever reason my mic it glitched, and so my my clips were stuck together, so I would be talking about something and then out of nowhere it would just cut off and I would be in the middle of another sentence from a completely different section, and I was just like, what is happening? And it's not like it was different. It's not like they were different files and they were layered up next to each other or overlapping each other. They were just it just glitched, and I was like, okay, this is great. I don't know how to fix this. So I get to do it all over again. How much fun. Yay. Yeah, I have trouble with voiceovers, in case you did not know. If you've ever watched any of my speed builds or my casts, like my speed casts, I still don't know what to call those things. You know I have issues with voiceovers because I never know what to say, because I start talking and I'm just I don't know what I'm supposed to talk about. So I finally got through this whole video, and I had all these different talking points and everything, and I was like, I got this, I got it. And it's ruined and I have to redo it. And I don't know if I'll remember everything I said. So this will be interesting. But yeah, anyways, the video for today is the first in a new series. We are going to be starting my save file. And I'm really excited about this because I've talked about it a lot, where I said I wanted to make my own save file, and I just finally got around to it, basically. So I've been putting it off for a while just because I know it's going to be a lot of work, and it's just also when I had all my CC in my game, it just seemed so daunting because I was like, well, I don't want to make one with CC in it because I want to be able to make a save file where everything's sort of to my taste, but I can still go in and edit each thing individually and be like, okay, well, in this playthrough, I want this building to have these special things and stuff like that. And that's stuff that I can do later with CC when I go through each individual save. But for just the original, just the basic save, I just want it to be just the game, just Sims 4 stuff. I don't want it to be a whole bunch of CC and stuff. So yeah, that's where I'm starting. And I decided to start with Willow Creek just because it's the first world, I didn't really know where else to start. So I just started in Willow Creek. And the cool thing about Willow Creek is it is actually based off of Louisiana here in the United States. And I think it's more specifically based off New Orleans. And I actually went to New Orleans this year. At the very beginning of the year, I went to New Orleans to visit my brother and his wife and their son. And when I went there, I got to go around and see stuff. And while I was there, I saw this museum. And I didn't actually go into the museum. I was just I just drove by it on our bus tour. But it was this cool little museum. I think it was a history museum, maybe a Civil War history museum or something. I think it was called Memorial Hall or something, or Confederate Memorial Hall, I think. I'm pretty sure it was about Civil War, but whatever it was, I drove past it and I thought it was a really cool looking building, and so I was like, oh, that's really cool looking. And I didn't really when I saw the museum that they had in game, I was just it didn't really make me feel anything specifically New Orleans or Louisiana. And I mean, not that I'm an expert in New Orleans. I went there for 3 days. It was not, I know nothing about New Orleans, so I'm not gonna pretend like I do. But it's just it didn't really give that vibe to me. So I was like, oh, you know what? I'm gonna make my own thing. And so I went in and I made it based off of that museum I saw, and I thought it looks pretty cool. It's not exactly the same, obviously, it's very different, but it's a similar vibe, I think. And I think it's just sort of a cool way of doing it. So I hope it turns out I think it looks pretty cool ultimately. But yeah, also in terms of the in-game lot to what I built, I didn't really want all that extra park space next to the museum, because I was just that doesn't really, I don't know, it just didn't really fit with the area to me. And it's we have a whole park in Willow Creek. There's an entire park lot. So I don't need this little sitting area outside my museum, right? So what I decided to do instead is I made a little restaurant next to it. So there's actually going to be 2 little builds here. And when I put this up in the gallery, I will actually put it up as a restaurant because I want the restaurant to work, you know. But like it is going to be a museum next to a restaurant. But like I'm going to put it up as a restaurant because like if I put it up as a museum, then the restaurant won't work. But if I put it up as a restaurant, the restaurant will work and people might still go over and use the museum. Like it won't be as full or like as used, I guess, but it'll still be like both lots will then, like both parts of the lot will then be usable, you know, instead of like if I made it a museum, only one part would be usable. So there's that. But also, with this lot, when I made the restaurant, you'll see I actually make an apartment above it. So like what I want to do is eventually make a family that lives there. And like if you guys are down, I would love to hear your suggestions or your ideas of who should live there, like who should own this restaurant, because like I don't really know. Like I guess the vibe I sort of put into the apartment, I guess, is sort of like an older person's vibe. So it feels like a little older to me. Like I don't know, it might not be to you. Like if you look at it and you see someone younger, just let me know. Like I'm down to make someone younger too. It's just like the person I imagined when I made this was like an older person. So we'll see. But yeah, I don't know. Like let me know who you think should live there, and like please give me like plenty of ideas. Like any ideas you have. Like not even just for this build. Like any ideas you have for the save file in general. Like if there's anything where you're like, oh, hey, there's this lot in Willow Creek and I think it would be really cool if you made a family like this who lives there. Like give me stuff like that. Or if you just want to be like, yo, for your museum, maybe you should change this room to make it more like this. You know, that could be cool too. Like I'm open to suggestions because like as much as this is a save file for me, I also want it to be like inspired by other people too. Like I want other people to have a voice in it and sort of, because like I feel like the best inspiration comes from other people rather than from ourselves. Because like we can make our own stuff and have it be really cool, but like when you get other people to inspire you, I think it just makes things better. So if you guys have any cool ideas, please feel free to share them. I'd love to hear it. But yeah, I really wish I could get your opinion like right now actually, because like I still haven't named this place. I don't know what I'm gonna call it because I don't want to call it Municipal Muses. Like that's the original name for the lot. But like I don't know what I want to call it because like it's a museum and a restaurant. So like do I name it the name of the museum? Do I name it the name of the restaurant? Do I name it both? Do I just call it like museum and restaurant? Like I don't know. I don't know what I'm going to call it, and I have to try to figure that out because like by the time this video goes out, I want it to be on the gallery. I want it to be on the gallery before I leave because I'm actually going on vacation next week, and I want to like I don't want to be like trying to do YouTube stuff while I'm on vacation. So I want to try to get everything done before I leave, and I am going to try to get stuff pre-recorded for next week. I might only get Wednesdays done though, like the mod video, because like as I said at the beginning of this, oh, actually, I don't know if I did. That was probably in the other take. I think it was the other take where I was talking about that. But in the other take, I told you guys that this took me a really long time. This took me like 8 hours to do this building because I'm not a builder. I've said that in many videos. I'm not a builder, and it takes me so long to build. And like, so I don't have time to build something new for Sunday before I go on my trip. Because like I'm leaving on Saturday and it's already Thursday night. It's like 10 p.m. on Thursday. So yeah, I have to finish this. Like I still have to finish the editing on this, make the thumbnail, get it uploaded to YouTube and do all that. And I can't open Sims while I'm doing any of that because it'll slow down my computer and make it not work. So yeah, I can't work on Sims while I'm doing any of that. So I can't actually do anything until tomorrow. But tomorrow I have work, so I won't be able to finish. I won't be able to start doing stuff until I get home from work. And like I still have to pack and everything for my trip, and it's just like I'm not gonna have time to build. Like I might have time to get a video done for Wednesday because like the mods videos don't take as long. It's just like recording my desktop. They render so much faster, and like I can get them uploaded a lot faster, so they're a lot easier to do. Whereas like the actual like build ones, they take forever, especially ones like this where I have like time lapses and stuff, and like speed builds, they take so long to upload. So, yeah, this one, I probably won't have this one pre-recorded, but I'm coming back like Friday. So hopefully I'll be able to get it done before Sunday anyways, but we'll see. We'll see how it goes. But yeah, I'm trying to get everything done before my vacation because I'm going to go see one of my friends who I haven't seen in like 3 years, which is great. I've missed her so much, and it's actually really it's kind of sad actually, because like there's like I guess she's like one of my best friends. I have like my two best friends pretty much, and like they're both my roommates from college, and one of them actually watches these videos. Kiana, hi Kiana, love you, miss you. Kiana is not gonna be there. She's not gonna be there with us, and that makes me so sad because I haven't seen her. Like I haven't seen her in 3 years either, so it'll be like it's kind of sad because like the last time we all hung out together, we all went to a concert together, and that's why I'm going to go see my friend this time is because we're going to a concert together. But like Kiana's not gonna be there, and it makes me sad. I'm just like, oh, we're supposed to be concert buddies and we can't. So yeah, there's that. But I am super excited for this trip because we're going to go see Monsta X, who I love. They're one of my favorite K-pop groups, so I'm really excited to go see them. And I'm a little sad though because my bias will not be there. My bias is Shonu, and of course he's doing his military service right now, so he's not gonna be there. Which is like, come on, bro, why? Like really? I mean, you have a duty to your country, but what about to me? Like you gotta be here for me, man. But no, ignore that. I'm being stupid. But yeah, I'm super excited for it. This will be my second concert because I have only ever been to 2 concerts. I've only ever been to 1 concert. This will be my second one. Because the concert I went to with my friends 3 years ago was BTS, which is my favorite K-pop group, and that was amazing. But that was my first concert because like I live a sheltered, sad life. I don't do anything, so. I've never gone to a concert before, so that was my first time going to a concert. And so this will be my second concert, and I'm really excited for it. And I'm just like, it's gonna be so much fun because like I haven't seen my friend in like 3 years, so it'll be really cool to go and actually see her. Then like I get to see her for like a whole week, which is great because when we did the concert like 3 years ago, I was only there. We were there for I think 3 days. So we didn't really get to do as much as I would like. And like we spent like the first day, me and Kiana, we just passed out on the floor. We just slept the whole time. Like we got to our Airbnb and we just passed out and we slept for hours. And so like there's a lot of wasted time when we were there. We didn't get to do as much as I wanted to do. But like with this time, I'm going to be there for like a whole week. So I got plenty of time to hang out, which is awesome. And that also means I get a week off work, which is great because work is super stressful. Like, and I mean, you wouldn't think that working in a bakery is really stressful, but it is. It is so stressful. It is so much work, and it's like it's really kind of irritating because like it's just like we have 3 different shifts that all work in one bakery, and there's just too much going on. Like we overlap each other, and like some people get their stuff done and other people like don't, and then we have to sit there and make up for the people that don't, and it's really annoying. And it's just like it's so much. But cool thing about work is I might be getting a promotion, which is really cool. I'll find out when I get back from my vacation if I get it or not. But I was talking to my manager today. I had like the little like meeting with my manager today to talk about the potential for me getting a promotion. But yeah, so that means work will be even more stressful because I'll have more responsibilities. But at least then I'll be in charge so I can make people do the stuff I want them to do, because that would be cool. Because like so much of it is just like people not doing what they're supposed to. Like they don't clean up when they're supposed to, or like they slack off when they should be working, or they just don't have any direction when they're working. So it's just like they just wander around. They're like, oh, I think I'm supposed to do this. Maybe I should do that. I don't know. So it's just like one of those things where I have to like crack the whip and be like, you're gonna do what I tell you to. But yeah, we'll see how it goes. I don't know if I'm even gonna be able to do that because I'm a non-confrontational person, and like the idea of being in charge of people literally terrifies me. But a promotion means a raise, and I need a raise. I need money, so I will take it. But yeah, that's what we're working for. So yeah, I'm really excited about that. I've got 2 really exciting things coming up. I've got my vacation, and then I've got my potential raise, which is awesome. And then after I get another thing that's really cool is when I get back from my vacation, is I'm also going to be getting a cat, which is awesome because I've had cats since I was like 10. I had my first cat, Lucky, and like he was like he like my mom doesn't like cats, so she didn't want to get cats, right? So when we first got my cat Lucky, he was like, we found him in the middle of the woods, and he was like obviously abandoned, but my mom was still like, she didn't like cats, so she was like desperately trying to make sure that no one else wanted him. So like she made us call every person in our neighborhood. Like we had to use like the phone book or the directory or whatever, and we had to call literally every single person in the neighborhood and be like, hi, we found this kitten in the woods, are you missing a kitten? And like we had to call everybody and ask them, and when everybody said no, my mom was like, fine, you can keep the cat. And so we got to keep my cat, and that's why his name was Lucky, is because she said he was lucky that she let us keep him. So that was why that was his name. And he was really great. And I had him for, I think, 13 years, I think. No, it had to be, yeah, because he passed, I think, 2 years ago. So yeah, it would be like 13, 14 years that I had Lucky. And like Lucky was like, he was really great. But then I also had my cat Jackson, and like as much as I loved Lucky, like I feel like Jackson I was more connected to, because like I got Jackson when I was older, so I was just like more like I guess I had more of a attachment to him, because I was old enough to actually understand the attachment, I guess. So like I got Jackson in college, and he was my emotional support cat for college, right? And not that I really needed an emotional support cat, it was just like I wanted a pet in school, and that was a way I could do it because I do have mental health issues, and I was like, well, having a cat would make me feel better. And my therapist was like, all right, cool, I'll sign the paperwork. So I got a cat. But yeah, basically I had Jackson, and it's still hard for me to talk about Jackson because Jackson is the only pet I've ever had who didn't die of old age. Jackson actually got hit by a car last year. Well, not, yeah, it was last year, towards the end of the year. And it was like it was really hard for me. It was very hard for me because, again, it's the first pet that I've ever had that it was like every other pet I had time to deal with it, like I knew they were getting to the end, and like we took them in, we had them put down, or like they were getting old and they passed away like naturally. But like with Jackson, that didn't happen. And so it was really hard when I lost him. And so I haven't had a cat since he passed last year. And I've been missing having a cat. And so like I finally talked to my parents about it, and I was like, I wanted to wait until I moved out of my parents' house to get a cat, but like it's just, I miss having a cat so much. And it's been months, and I'm just like, I need a little fuzzball. I need a cat to sit with me. So, because like I have my dog, but like he's my mom's dog, and he is like her baby. He's not my baby. So I need a pet that's my baby, So I asked them about it, and they were like, fine, you can get a cat. And it's like, it's okay. So like I like one of my coworkers at work, her cats had a litter of kittens right before Easter. So she's letting me have one of those. And so they're just now getting old enough to like finally be away from their mom. So like technically I could go get one like this week, but because I'm going on vacation next week, I don't want to pick one up and then immediately leave and then come back a week later. So I'm going to get a cat as soon as I get back. So I'm really excited for that, because like she's got like I think 12 or 13 kittens that I get to pick from. So it's going to be exciting, and it's going to be kind of difficult because like I don't know how I'm going to pick one, because like with Lucky I didn't pick him. He showed up outside our house, and we were just like, we're taking you home. And then with Jackson, I went to a shelter, but like I went into the cat room, and like originally I was going to get like a full grown cat. I wasn't going to get a kitten. So I went into like the cat room, and there was only one cat that was like the right age for me, because like I didn't want to get like a much older cat, because like I was going to college and this is going to be my emotional support cat, right? And I was like, if this cat dies while I'm in college, I will be devastated. That'll do the opposite of what it's supposed to. That'll destroy the purpose of having an emotional support animal, right? So I was like, I can't get a much older cat. So I was like, okay, I want to get like a younger cat. So I was looking for a cat that was like maybe 1, 2, 3 years old, something like that. And there was this one cat, and she was so cute. She was a little gray cat. I don't remember what her name was, but she was like 2 years old. She was very sweet, very docile. And I was like, oh, this cat's great. And like she was very cuddly and everything. And I was like, I want this cat. And then I asked the attendant, and they were like, oh, sorry, she's already been adopted. And I was like, why didn't you have a sign up? You let me get attached to her. And I was so sad. But yeah, so then I went to the kitten room because all the other cats that were there were like 13, like 12, 13, 14 years old. And I was like, I can't have a cat die on me in school, right? So I went and looked at the kittens, and there were only 2 kittens. And one of them was like practically asleep the entire time, and the other one was like up and playing with me. So naturally, that was the one I chose, and that was my little Jackson. And so yeah, it'll be weird having to actually pick a cat because I haven't had to do that. But like, I mean, technically I had to pick Jackson, but like, it wasn't the same situation. Whereas this time there's going to be like 13 little cats that I have to pick from. And it's just like, I have no idea what I'm going to pick. So yeah, I'm excited, but I am really excited to get a cat. I'm really happy. I'm like giddy off of it almost. Because like I miss having a cat around, and I'm just like, so like I'm really excited for it, but I'm also kind of scared because like I don't really remember training my cats. Like I know I had to, like I know I had to litter box train them, and I know I had to like train them not to jump on counters and stuff, and train them not to jump on tables, because like I'm not like, I know lots of people let their cats on counters. I just don't like that. Like I don't like my cats to sit anywhere where there's food, so they're not allowed on counters, and they're not allowed on tables. They're allowed on anything else. Like they want to get on a bookshelf, they want to get on a desk, they want to get on like couches, beds, whatever. I don't care, just not counters and tables, right? So I remember I had to train Jackson for that. And like Lucky was, I don't think Lucky was ever much of an issue with it. I think my mom did most of the training on that though, because I was still like a little kid. But like I don't remember how to train a cat. It's been so many years. So I'm just like, I don't even remember how I'm supposed to train this cat. And like I still have work, so I'm not going to be home all the time while the cat's here. And I'm just like, oh God, how am I going to do that? So it's a little stressful, but I am still excited. I'm really excited for it. So that's cool. But yeah, so there's that. Also, if you hear like random like rustling and swishing, it might be me messing with my hair. Because I got my hair done this weekend, which is one of the reasons we didn't have a video last week, because I had to go get my hair done over the weekend, and so no Sunday video because I didn't get it done in time. So yeah, I went to get my hair done, and I got box braids, and I have not done box braids in I think 4 years. Maybe like 4 or 5, something like that. It's been a while. It has been a minute since I had my hair braided, right? But the thing about box braids take a while to do in general, just because like braiding takes time, But also I have really thick hair, so it takes even more time. And then the lady I got to do my hair is a slow braider, so it took even more time. So altogether, it took like 12, 13 hours. And we split it up over 2 days. So we did I think we did 7 hours on Saturday, and then like 5 or 6 on Sunday. So yeah, it was long. And so since I got my hair done, I have just been like messing with it constantly, because number one, like I don't have very long hair. Like my hair doesn't grow all that long. Like it grows like a couple inches past my shoulders, but that's really as long as it gets, right? So having hair that goes almost to my butt is like new to me. I mean, I've done it before, like I've gotten braids before, but it's like, it's still like crazy, and I'm just like, wow, it's so long, there's so much of it. And so like I'm just flicking it around constantly. But also like the lady who did my hair, she didn't do that great of a job. Like it looks okay, like if you're not really paying attention to it, like you're not really taking the time to look at it, then it looks fine. But like if you're me and you're like looking at your hair, like I'm me, so I'm looking at my hair and I'm like, oh God, my hair looks bad, because there's like, she didn't do that great of a job. So like a lot of my braids are like crooked, and like they're really frizzy, and like my hair, like my natural hair is sticking out of the braids. So it's like, but just like when I got my braids done before, that didn't happen until I'd been sleeping on my braids for like a week or two already. But like literally the second I walked out of her like salon business thing in the back of her house, the second I walked out of there, they were like sticking out. And I was just like, okay, this is great. So I have like, they're just messy, and I'm just like, so I'm constantly like messing with them, and like I keep rebraiding the ends of them, and like I go back and like I unbraid them and then rebraid them to try to fix like the crooked bits and stuff. So yeah, it's a lot. But I just keep messing with it a lot. So if you hear like random rustling and like stuff like that, that's probably what it is. It's just me messing with my hair. So sorry about that. But yeah, it's been on my mind a lot. So there's that. But also my head hurts so bad. Like so bad. And I don't remember it hurting this bad. I mean, again, it's been like 4 years since I had braids, so I don't even know. Maybe it did hurt this bad before. But like I don't know. It's been almost a week. It's Thursday right now, so it's been like what, 5 days since we started it, and it still hurts so bad. And it's like I'm not really getting headaches anymore. I only got a headache like the first day, but like my actual, just my scalp hurts, and it constantly feels like there's like a single strand of hair that's getting pulled. And like I go in and I try to find the hair, you know, so I'm like patting the braid, and like I'm trying to like move them around and stuff to try to like either pull out the hair that's bothering me, or like loosen it up or something, right? But it's just like it never goes away. So I sit there and like I can sit there messing with it for like 20 minutes, and it still feels like it's pulling, and I'm just like, God, I don't even know what to do. And it hurts, and it's so annoying going to work, because it's like I'm trying to focus on work, you know? I'm trying to get my work done, and then my hair is hurting, and I'm like, I want to touch my hair. Like, I want to mess with my hair. I want to try to, like, stop it from hurting, right? But I work in a bakery, so I work with food, so I can't just be grabbing my hair, you know? Like, I have to keep my hands clean, and, plus, I wear a bonnet, like a long bonnet. So, like, I wear a bonnet that's long enough to hold my braids, and, like, so I wear that while I'm at work, so I can't even touch my hair if I wanted to, which is good, because like I naturally on impulse I just go and touch it, and then I'm like, oh, I gotta go wash my hands now, because like obviously I work with food, so I can't I can't get all my hair oil and stuff all in the food that's nasty. So yeah, it's just like, it's really annoying, because it's like it hurts the whole time I'm at work, and I'm just like, I want to make it feel better, but like I can't do it. Like I don't know how to do it. I don't know what to do to make it feel better. And so like I was complaining about it to my mom, and she was like, I think she tied your hair too tight. And I was like, I don't know, like, because like you want it to be tight so it doesn't fall out, but then like, did she do it too tight? I don't know. But yeah, and like there's also like, there's these ones she did, because like there's two different methods when you do box braids, right? There's a standard method and there's the rubber band method. And she started doing my hair in standard method, but then like she did like one line across, and then she was like, you know what, I think it'll be better if I do the rubber band method. And I was like, okay, cool, that's fine. I don't particularly care. And so she switched to rubber band method, and the rubber band ones, they're tight. They're tight. Like I can feel it. They're well done. And like the ones she did in standard method, like I can reach back and I can touch them, and like I can fit a full finger's length like between my scalp and the the knot at the beginning of the box braid. And I'm just like, oh, these are coming loose. I hope they don't come out, because like I don't know how to tie in extensions. I don't know how to do that. That's why I had to go pay her to do it, because I don't know how to do it. And I'm just like, I'm leaving in 2 days. I don't have time to get this fixed if it comes out. So like so yeah, we're just gonna hope that doesn't happen. We're just gonna hope they stay there, and I have to keep reminding myself not to mess with it, not to touch it, because like I'm gonna end up pulling it out myself if I keep messing with it. So there's that. But yeah, I don't know what else to talk about now, because like I feel like I've talked about everything that's sort of on my mind. Like what I talked about my vacation. I talked about Monster X. I talked about my cat. I talked about my hair. What else should I talk about? I don't even know. Oh, something else I wanted to mention. I think I might have mentioned this. I literally don't know if I mentioned this or not, because I know I mentioned it in my last take, but as I said, I had to redo the last take. So I don't know if I've mentioned it in this one. But we are currently working on the apartment of this house. And like of this house, what? Of this restaurant. Sorry. We're working on the apartment above the restaurant. So, if you have any ideas, like if you see this apartment and you're like, "Oh, this is the type of person I imagine here." Please tell me, like give me any of your ideas because like I want to like I think that's probably what I want to do next. Like I don't know if it'll be my very next video, but maybe the video after is I want to work on the people that would own this because I want to actually like make a family that owns this restaurant in my game. So they're gonna have to be well off. They're gonna have to be wealthy because they're gonna have like they have to be able to afford this lot that has a museum on it. So yeah, they'll need to be like wealthy. So keep that in mind. But like other than that, like let it run. Like, what are you thinking? Are you thinking like trust fund kid who's just using their parents' money to get this? Are you thinking retired people who've worked their whole life for this? Are we thinking like, I don't know. Just give me ideas. Just tell me, like, who do you imagine living here? Is it a single person? Is it a couple? Is it a family? Like, I don't know. Give me some ideas. So, yeah, because I want to be able to make those people and make their house. And I want to try to do it, like, relatively soon because I don't want to forget the vibe of this build, you know? Like I want to be able to translate this sort of vibe and this sort of feeling into their house when I go like to build that because unfortunately in The Sims 4 you can't live in your restaurants, which really sucks because like that's where you would live. Like if you had a house, like if you had a restaurant with a house above it, you'd live in like with an apartment above it, you'd live in the apartment. You wouldn't have a house and live and an apartment above your restaurant. Like it's too much. But of course, it's not the way The Sims works. So we have to build them a house. So I need to have some ideas so that I can get going with that. So I want to build their house and build and make the people and everything. And like you don't have to like just give me ideas on like the people and like what they like. You can tell me like what you think they look like, but you can also tell me stuff like their skills, their aspirations, like what do you picture this person being like? Who would they be friends with in Willow Creek? Like, would they hang out with the goths? Would they talk to the pancakes? Like, who would you see them being with? You know, what sort of family should they have? Like, should I make them some family members as well? Like, maybe they'll be a family here, but maybe I'll give them like maybe if it's a younger person, they're like they live here, but their parents live in like San Myshuno or something. Or maybe it's an older couple and like they live here but their kids live over there, or maybe their siblings, like I don't know, just give me some ideas, you know, because like I'm with everything. And like I think I mentioned it. Yeah, I did. I'm getting mixed up between my takes, but I'm pretty sure I mentioned it at the beginning of this one, is that I think it would be really fun to get like you guys' opinions and get your sort of like collaboration on this, because it's just like it's really cool to get other people's opinions mixed into stuff. And so I think that would be a lot of fun. It's like, especially since I don't really have any ideas for this. Because like, I feel like the vibe I gave this apartment was sort of like an older person. And like, I know I put like a little bit of gardening stuff out front, but that was really it. So yeah, I don't know. Just give me some ideas. Tell me what you're thinking. So yeah. But, God, what else do I even talk about? I think I still have like 10 minutes left and I don't know what else to talk about. This is my problem with speed builds. Like, I seriously don't know how people do them. Like, and maybe it's just because this one is just too long, which, okay, that's another thing you can tell me about. What do you want to see in these videos? Like, is there stuff in here that you're like, please cut this out? I don't need to see this part. Like, just like skip this part. Like, just show me this. Like, give me tips about stuff like that too, because this is a long video and it's only one lot, and it's like for one lot to have like a 45-minute video, that's a lot, you know? Like, there's a lot going on there. So like, please give me some ideas. Like, what sort of things do you want to see? What sort of things do you not want to see? And also, like, let me know how this looks for you guys. Because, like, I know some people get, like, motion sickness when they watch videos and stuff. And, like, when people move the camera too much. So, like, please let me know if there's, like, an issue with that. Because I tried to cut out, like, parts where I was moving the camera around a lot. But, I mean, I'm sure there's still plenty of things that are, like, not great in here. But please just like let me know like what sort of parts are difficult for you guys, or what sort of parts are hard to watch and stuff like that. What sort of parts can be cut, because like I want to get better at doing this. And like as I've said, I'm not a builder, so I don't usually build, so I don't record building, so I don't really know how to do it the best way. So yeah, like please give me plenty of tips, pointers, whatever, just your opinions, whatever you want, you know, so I can try to make it a little bit better for you guys. Because like, well, it's important for me to like be able to build it and like just build it in a way that I like. I also want to be able to build it in a way that you guys can enjoy watching. So if you guys can give me like tips or pointers on like how to set up the camera, or like what sort of angles you want to see, stuff like that, it'll make it easier for me, and it'll make it so that I can make better content for you guys when I produce it. So yeah, just ideas. Just drop some ideas. So yeah, there's that. And now I'm back to not knowing what to say. Oh, one more thing I wanted to talk about. So I'm really excited for the save file, not just because I get to practice building, which obviously I'm not a builder, I just said it, but like that's something I wanted to practice, so that's like a big thing for me. But also like I get to do casts, which is my favorite. So I'm really excited for that. I'm really excited for going in and like updating people and changing people and making new people and all that. But speaking of casts, this week we finally got the Goth update, which I'm so excited for. Like, The Sims 4 is my first Sims game, so I don't know the full backstory of the Goths. I don't know all the lore. I don't really know what they were originally supposed to look like in the other games. But like I've heard other people talk about it. I've heard people say like they were whitewashed and stuff. So seeing this new version of them is so cool. Like I don't know what they're supposed to look like, but I like the way they look. So I don't know if they're totally accurate. I'm not sure if this is like super appealing to all those people who were calling out for a change, but I like their new look. I think they look great. I'm still gonna edit them, of course, because it's me and I edit everybody. But like I like them so much. I think they look so great. And like one of the biggest things I noticed, which I think is kind of funny that I noticed it like immediately, they made Bella's boobs smaller, and I'm down for that because like she was like her proportions were just so insane, and I was just like, how do you stand properly like with that? Like no, that doesn't work. But they actually give her like normal sized boobs now, so it's like, oh cool, you can walk now. um but yeah, so I'm really excited. I'm so excited. Like just seeing that like inspired me so much, because like it's really cool to see how the Sims team updated one of their saves. And so like it's cool that I get to do that now. And it's a little bit irritating because I have to remake my save world now, because I literally like I made the file last week. I started working on it last week. So obviously the new update doesn't apply to old saves. It only applies to new saves. So I have to make a new save in order to get the new Goths. But I mean, I've only done one lot so far, so it's no big deal. It's literally just moving the lot in. So it's nothing crazy, but you know, it is a little bit annoying. Like a little extra work. Like I don't need extra work. But yeah, I'm really excited to make Sims, and like that's another thing. Like I'm asking you guys for so many opinions, but like if there's any Sims you guys are thinking about and you're just like, oh hey, maybe make this guy, or like if you have some ideas of like what people should look like, be like, oh, this is what I picture for the pancakes, like do something like that. Oh, my vision for the pancakes, it's sort of like I am gonna add their kid. I can't remember his name, but like they have like a canonical non-canonical kid, which is weird. It's like the Sims recognizes him as their kid, but like he's not in the game. Like I think his name's like Iggy or something. I don't remember, but they have a son, and like he's not actually in the game, but like he's like kind of canonically part of their family. So I'm probably gonna put him in and like just make him a toddler at the beginning. But I'll probably put him in, and then I think I'm sort of gonna like borrow from Fate Gamer Girl. I'm gonna borrow the idea that Eliza is a bit of Karen, and I'm gonna go for that, and I think that's what I'm gonna do for her. And then Bob, I'm not fully sure what I want to do with him, because like I don't know, like I've never actually read the pancakes like little blurb thing that tells you like about them, so I don't really know what their story is supposed to be. I just sort of get bits and pieces from like how the Sims community talks about them, you know. So like with Bob, I don't know exactly what I want to do yet. I feel like I need to learn a little bit more from the like their blurb and stuff, and like really get to know them before I fully develop them. but I'm really excited for it. I think it'll be so much fun. And just like, I'm excited to dive in and make all these characters. I just think it'll be so much fun to do that. And I'm probably gonna like, personally, I like occults. So I'm probably gonna like add some occults into my worlds. So like that way I have like, maybe I'll have like a vampire somewhere in Willow Creek, or like I'll have a spellcaster or something like that. And maybe when the new pack comes out, I'll get a werewolf, because I'm pretty sure that's what the new pack is. Like, everybody's pretty sure it's going to be werewolves, and I'm really hoping it is, because, like, I love occults. I know there's a lot of simmers who don't really like occults, but I think they're a lot of fun. I think it's really cool, and, like, I'm down for it. So, like, give me all the occults. I want all the occults. So, like, yeah, I'm here for it. So I'm really excited for that. So maybe we'll get a little werewolf action here. So we'll see how that goes. But yeah, I think it'll be a lot of fun to like go in and do that, and like to build the relationships with people, and like to actually set up relationships across the world and stuff like that. I think it'll be really fun and really cool. So I'm excited for that. But yeah, there's so much I want to do with this file, and like I'm really excited for it, but I'm also nervous for it. And I will be so happy for any of you guys' ideas, any of your support, any like suggestions, anything you have. Just like let me know, because this is going to be a long process. There's going to be a lot of stuff that needs to get done. And I'm really excited for it, but like I could use some help, So like any suggestions, ideas, comments, whatever, I will gladly take them. So please like leave plenty of comments. I would love to hear what you guys have to say. But yeah, I hope you guys have enjoyed this. I'm actually really happy with it. I'm really proud of it. I think I did a decent job for someone who doesn't build. So yeah, I'm really happy with it. I hope you guys like it, and I hope you'll be back for the next one. Bye!